Are you wondering how to successfully teach decoding strategies to your early readers? Again, despite the funny names like Stretchy Snake and Skippy Frog, these decoding strategies are so important. So if you're ready to teach decoding strategies to your students in the classroom, keep on watching for some great tips and strategies and information. Also, please click that subscribe button and that little bell next to it to be alerted every time my videos go live. I can't wait to dive into the content. Hey there, if you're new here, my name is Anna. I was a teacher for 23 years, and on this channel, I provide professional development videos to teachers to help them improve their craft by learning tips and strategies for rigorous and streamlined small group instruction. So again, if these are the types of videos that interest you, please again, click that subscribe button and the little bell next to it to be alerted every time a new video goes live, usually on Sunday. So let's dig in. Today, we are going to be learning all about Skippy Frog. Are you ready to introduce the Skippy Frog decoding strategy to your students in your early readers reading group? Readers at this level are usually somewhere in between levels D through like an H or an I. As they learn to read sentences, they're getting familiar with structure and syntax, learning how words are put together in sentences and in paragraphs. This means they can sometimes benefit from using the Skippy Frog decoding strategy when they encounter a word that they actually can't solve. Skippy Frog reminds the readers that if they've used the other strategies to try and solve a word that they don't know, they can always skip it, read to the end of the sentence, and then go back and try that word again. This strategy uses both structure and syntactical cues, as well as visual or graphophonic cues. Although they certainly haven't memorized all of the grammar rules that you've taught them up to this point in the school year, often early readers are able to identify when a sentence grammatically doesn't make sense because of a miscue that they made. So when they go back and try to solve the word, students will usually ask themselves, does it sound right? And does it make sense? So if you're ready to learn how to teach Skippy Frog, keep on watching. Can be a really helpful strategy to avoid frustration when learning to read. It's not about giving up or, shirking a challenge. It's simply a way to keep the reading process moving along. If all of the other strategies failed, Skippy Frog allows the reader to skip past the tricky word and finish reading the sentence. Doing this will often result in getting valuable contextual clues that can help in solving the word that they don't know. So let's hop to it, and I'll show you how you can introduce the Skippy Frog strategy in your classroom. You'll need strategy fans for each of your students. Of course, these are available in guided readers. And of course, you'll need your teacher strategy demonstration fan, and maybe even like a cute stuffed animal frog to use as a visual. Now, just FYI, really quickly before we jump in, on Guided Readers, on my new online guided reading program, all of these materials are readily available to you. All of our books, all of our lesson plans, all of the word work activities, all of the instructional trifolds that teach you how to teach the specific skills during guided reading. These are all available in my Guided Readers program at www.guidedreaders.com. And also, really quickly before we jump in, you can head on over to Guided Readers and register for a free account, and you could download 4 free guided reading units. 4 complete guided reading units for free just by registering. So if you want to try them out and give them a shot in your classroom, go head on over there, download them, try them out in your classroom, and see how you do. So we'd love to have you of course, as a new member, but if you're not ready yet, you can always download those freebies and give them a try in your classroom. So let's jump in to Skippy Frog. So to begin teaching this strategy, you're going to tell your students that Skippy Frog loves to skip. When Skippy Frog sees a word, he, or maybe she, he doesn't know, he skips over the word and reads to the end of the sentence. Then, as he thinks about the sentence that he just read, he can usually figure out the word that he didn't know. So let's try it out. Let's try out Skippy Frog and see how Skippy Frog can help us. But before we do that, I just want to read what's on our Skippy Frog strategy fan. So I'm going to say, boys and girls, everybody look at your strategy fan, because all of my students always have their own strategy fan. So I'm going to say, Skippy Frog teaches us to skip the word we don't know and read to the end of the sentence to see if we can figure out the word. And after you do that, and then you go back and you put a word in its place that for that word that they didn't know, you should say to yourself, does it make sense? Did that sentence make sense with that word? That's how Skippy Frog can help us. So Skippy Frog can help keep your read and prompt segment of your lesson plan moving during your guided reading, since the students can try the other strategies as well and then skip the word and finish the sentence, which may then provide context clues to help them solve it. So let's look at how you might teach the Skippy Frog strategy to your early readers during your small group guided reading lesson. So as an example, I am going to use this nonfiction text called In the Sky. This is a level G book inside of guided readers. Again, all of our readers are professionally leveled by Fontes and Pinnell and Lexile. But I'll share more about guided readers later. But we are going to use In the Sky today. So we're going to make sure that our students each have their own copy of the book, and of course, they each have their own strategy fan, because they're going to need to use their strategy fan to help them with this particular strategy. So I'm going to say, boys and girls, today we're going to look at, we're going to read the story In the Sky. And before we do that, what I'd like you to do is I actually want you to really quickly just skip to page 4. So I want to teach Skippy Frog this way with a cold read. Like, I don't want to have them read the whole story first, but you could do this kind of as they're going through a read and prompt part of the lesson plan, but sometimes I'll do it before we even get to that part. Again, it depends on the strategy, it depends on when I want to introduce it, and it depends what I'm hoping to get out of the lesson. So let's look at page 4. Now on page 4, I don't know if you can see it, on page 4, we are going to look at that sentence, and I am going to show them how I can't figure out a word. So I'll go like this. It's a okay, I don't know this word, and Skippy Frog teaches me to skip unknown words and read on to the end to see if I can figure it out. So I'm going to skip that word. It's a blank day. The sky is so blue, the sun is so bright. So now that I read that sentence, I know this is about the day, the sky is blue, the sun is bright. Let me go back to the beginning again. Now what am I doing? I'm starting to use my other strategies. I'm going to use my lips the fish strategy. I'm going to get my lips ready. It's a it's a B-E-A, B-U, bay. I'm going to try and start sounding it out, getting my lips ready. Now, beautiful is a tough word because it's got that EA combination. So I can say to them, boys and girls, if I look at that word, I know, get my lips ready, it says right? So it's a day. The sky is so blue, the sun is so bright. Okay, so now I know there's an EA. If I think about Skippy Dolphin, I could either try a short E or a long E. So if I try a short E, it's it's a day. The sky is so blue, the sun is so bright. Let's go back, let's do a long E. It's a B, and then there's a U, and then I can go on, and maybe I can start to stretch out this word using my Stretchy Snake Strategy. So now I'm using my Skippy Frog because I skipped the word, read on, and came back. Now I'm starting to integrate the other strategies. Now I'm using Lips the Fish, getting my lips ready, starting to say the first word. I'm using Flippy Dolphin. I'm flipping the vowel sounds. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch this word out. I'm going to use my Stretchy Snake. Of course, I don't have my rubber band with me. I'm going to use my Stretchy Snake Strategy, and I'm going to try and stretch out this word. It's a beautiful. Oh, this looks like beautiful. It's a beautiful day. The sky is so blue. The sun is so bright. So let's think about what I just did. So I was having trouble with this big word, beautiful, right? So I used Skippy Frog. I skipped to the end and I finished the sentence and I read it. And then I came back to the beginning of the sentence again, and then I started to use my other strategies. I started to use lips the fish, and I got my lips ready to say the beginning sound. I started to use stretchy snake, and I started to stretch out those words. I also used Flippy Dolphin because I flipped that vowel sound in the beginning. I was trying short, but then I went to a long sound. And then, of course, I was always using my eagle eye because I was looking at the picture in the book. So what did I do? I came to this really tough word. It was a big, long word I didn't know. I used Skippy Frog. I skipped to the end and I read on. And then I came back. I thought about the word. I thought about what would make sense. And then I started to use my other strategy. Now I'm going to ask my students to move to page 6. And I'm going to, again, show them, let's practice using Skippy Frog to help us solve unknown words. So I'm going to look at this page, and I'm actually going to start reading it. White clouds mean good. That's a tough word. I don't know it. So let me skip it using the Skippy Frog strategy and read on. White clouds mean good blank. Dark clouds mean rain or storms. So I'm going to just bring this a little bit closer to you so you could see. I'm on this page right here. Okay. So now I used Skippy Frog and I did white clouds mean good blank. Dark clouds mean rain or storms. All right, so I'm looking at the pictures. I'm using my eagle eye. I'm seeing that this is a really beautiful day, white fluffy clouds. This is a rainy, stormy day. It's really dark out. So now that I know that I skipped the word and I need to go back and figure it out, I'm going to move on back and I'm going to use my other strategies. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, let's go back to the beginning. White clouds mean good. What am I going to do? I'm going to use lips the fish. Let's get my lips ready. I could use Flippy Dolphin, and I could start with those. I could start with a short E or a long E and start stretching out the words. I've already used my eagle eye. White clouds mean good. Keep going. Stretch it out. Where? I know that TH combination. That's Chunky Monkey right there. I could use Chunky Monkey to chunk up the TH. So it's and then White clouds mean good weather. You see? Very good. Dark clouds mean rain or storms. So as you can see, when you're using Skippy Frog, you skip over the word that you don't know, that you're having trouble with, keep reading on, and then go back and start to use your other strategies to help you solve the unknown word. Use your eagle eye and look at the clues in the picture. Use your lips to fish and get your lips ready and start saying the beginning sound. Use your stretchy snake strategy to start stretching out the sounds in each word. And of course, you can always use Flippy Dolphin to flip the vowel sounds if you're not sure of the vowel to use, because it is a longer word, sometimes 2 or 3 syllables. And of course, we can always look for chunks in a word and look for our chunks to help and have Chunky Monkey help us sound out words as well. So what I really want to do is I want to make sure that I'm teaching my students to use their other strategies in conjunction with the new strategies they learn. So when I am teaching Skippy Frog, I'll explain the strategy. I'll show them how to do it. I'll show them how I skip it and then I go back and read again. And then I'll show them how I utilize the other strategies to help us figure out unknown words. All of our strategy helpers here help us solve words we don't know and help us to understand the stories that we're reading. So, speaking of trouble blocks or trouble spots, does your literacy block ever feel like a trouble spot for you? Do you ever dread Mondays because you feel so overwhelmed and honestly sometimes unprepared? goodness, I remember those days. That's why I created Guided Readers, our online, complete, done-for-you tool for guided reading instruction. It takes the guesswork out of what to teach and how to teach guided reading with engaging and professionally leveled texts that are leveled through Fountas and Pinnell and Lexile. We have a partnership with them. You get the complete lesson plans, you get the digital interactive reader, and of course all of the time-saving tools to help you stay organized and really nail your guided reading instruction. So Guided Readers is a structured approach and designed for today's classroom. Again, it contains every effective tool you'll need to take your students to learning to read, to reading to learn. And not only that, you will get your weekends back along with your sanity. Because I've got you covered in Guided Readers. We've got everything for you. All at the timing of this recording of this video, it is February of 2020, and that means right now we have levels A all the way through level Q. The rest of the levels will be added over the next couple of months. So I've got you covered when it comes to guided reading, my friends. So head on over to guidedreaders.com, register for a free account, and you could download 4 complete guided reading units for free, and you could try them out in your classroom. So please, I hope that you found this video helpful learning about our Skippy Frog strategy and of course how we use all of the other strategies along with Skippy Frog to help us decode unknown words and to help us understand and comprehend the books that we're reading in class. So please click that like and that thumbs up button to tell me that you like the video and you want to see more like this. Again, click that subscribe button and that little bell next to it. And I truly hope you enjoyed today's video. And don't forget, we've got one more to go. We've got Trying Lion. So that will be our next video called Trying Lion. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Again, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now, guys.